What's going on, everybody? X News coming at you, episode 40. 40 episodes deep. Can't believe it. So it's February 21st. It is Hex Day 813. Great to see everyone. We got some people here. Let's bring up Sid. What's up, Mr. Sid?
Yo, what's up?
Going on? All right, Don Montoya, love the intro. Very professional. Yes, very news-esque, right? It does remind me of like an old 90s news reel or so, like intro clip or something.
Yeah.
I love it. It's great. So yeah, we're pretty close to the end of the sacrifice phase here. We got
Was that like 4 days left?
yeah, let me take a look. I think it ends on the 25th. Yes, so it's currently the 21st, but in terms of UTC, it's already the 22nd because it's already clicked over to the 22nd. It happened an hour ago. Clicked over to the 22nd. So technically, we got about 3 days left. You can actually here. I'll bring it up. Let me share the screen. All right, so oh, I love when that happens. Hold on. So if you look here, and see if I can blow it up a little bit. Right there, February 25th at 23:59. Okay, so it's the very end of the 25th. So as you can see right here, it's 3 days and 22 hours. So just under 4 days. So we just basically clicked over to 4 days when UTC clicked over about an hour ago. So that's the sacrifice phase. We're already done with the volume, the variable like volume bonus. Now it's just a flat 1.75x. But if you look right here, the very important part is right here, the rate right here. That's per 10,000 points. You're paying $8.56 now per 10,000. Now, when we sacrificed back on day one, Sid, it was $1 per 10,000 points. So you can see the power of sacrificing early. I mean, that's already 8 times basically more you're paying, over 8 times more you're paying for the same number of points here on day, like, I think it's like day 53 or something. It's some ridiculous day at this point. This sacrifice phase seems like it's going on forever because it's like just so much longer than Pulse Chain's sacrifice phase. But I was looking at this earlier, and this is pretty cool. Like, so this is right now, right? This is the measurement from, so the sacrifice, PulseX sacrifice started on the 29th of December, right? So that was this day right here. If you can see it, see the
and then we had that massive pump.
Right. So there's that massive green candle when it started, right? And then just like Pulse Chain, I'm going to show you in a little bit, and I'm going to compare the two. So this is the second day of PulseX sacrifice, right? Right here. This is where my box starts, my measurement starts. And you can do this just by clicking on the ruler over here. I just learned this not long ago. You click on the ruler, right? And then you just select 2 spots. But you got to make sure you select accurately on the candle, of the, that you're selecting. So you get an accurate measurement of what you're trying to show. So, this big green candle right here, that was the start. That was the 29th. Then second day is when it started its decline, just like it did Pulse Chain, right? So from the top of this candle, because this was a red candle, meaning it started up here and ended down here. So at the top of that was the beginning of the decline, right? So we got up here to all the way to here, which actually I think I need to take a new measurement because I think I did this earlier. So we'll do a new measurement, right? So we go from the top of this candle, click it once, and then spread it all the way down to the top of this green candle here, this that we're at right now. So we get it as best we can, and that's 54 bars. So this is the daily chart, right? So we're getting 54 days measured right here. And so it tells you we've gone down 53% in those 54 days, right? So that's the pulse X sacrifice phase right here. That's embodied on the chart. 54 days so far of the sacrifice. This is basically the entire variable volume bonus duration right here. The whole time this was variable volume, so you could sacrifice more and get a better multiplier. So that's what that shows us, right? So now let's go back to pulse chain. Now pulse chain sacrifice started, I think here's where it started, right here. So this is the green candle, right? July 13th. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
So I think it started on the 13th, and this was the first, and we had 3 giant candle days, right? 3 giant green candles. So then we started the decline right here. Again, 4 days in, we started it, and we'll take a measurement. We'll start from here, go to the top of this candle, and then we'll go all the way down to the end of the phase, which the official phase ended right here. It was like right here about it. I don't know if it was this red candle or this green one, but I believe it was this one, because I seem to remember. So that's a red candle, so we'll go to the bottom of that one. So look, only 25 days. So that's half the amount of time for pulse chain sacrifice, and 37% down we went during the pulse chain sacrifice phase. And then look what happened. This is the most important part. Look what happened right after the pulse chain sacrifice phase. That was right here.
Huge pump.
Huge pump. Just literally pumped from August 11th all the way to the September 10th, almost an entire month-long pump before we entered that kind of where we danced around the 40-cent range for quite a while, for about a month. And then we started dropping down a little bit. So yeah, I mean, that's what I wanted to show. So that's where we're at. This was the pulse chain sacrifice right here. And then you go and you go over, and you can see this was the first candle right here. I'm sorry, wait. No, it was this one, I believe. Or I can't remember which one it was. I think it was December 29th that it started. This one right here. Okay. So that was the beginning of it. And then same type of movement, just longer and more drawn out, right? This is now 52 days we've had, and it probably would have extended the exact same way in pulse chain sacrifice. So I am basically expecting the same type of activity. I think that we, after these sacrifice phases, there's a particular reason why we'll see some pumping. And Richard has kind of hinted at it before in the past. If you pay attention to what he says and you're able to read between the lines, he kind of hints at and points out how HEX is never sold from the sacrifice wallet, right? But if you pay attention, you see all the other stuff that comes in gets exchanged for stable coins very quickly, So, and then that was around the same time that he started talking about unreasonable buying and magic carpet rides, if you were paying attention at that time. So, you kind of lump all those things together and you kind of understand maybe, where these pumps might be coming from. And it's, I find it very interesting. But so
speaking
anyway.
Of which, the OA has been dropping a lot of HEX into the sacrifice.
Oh yeah. Every time I look, it was just going crazy. Yeah, it's like a million or like a billion HEX or something. Like every time I would look, it was like some ridiculous amount. Like so ridiculous. So, all right, let's say hi to everyone. So we got, what's up, Nick Manis, Melp Tony, always good to see you. T-Shares, Tank Crypto, Frosty Dog, what's up, Frosty Dog? I said your name. Pulse Former, Alan Philzame. Who else we got? Mobius, what's up, Mobius? It's my man, Mobius. Where's RG3
Don
at?
Montoya.
Did you see him? Don Montoya, there he is. Yeah, I know, man. It's been forever. I've just been kind of sprinkling these streams in whenever I can, man. It's tough. It's a tough one. Got that work schedule killing me lately. Ty Bull, Relax, and RSRS Brazil. That's a long name, buddy. Oh, man. Who else we got here? Pulse Lord, what's up? What's up, Chrissy? What's up, Spike?
Yo,
Completion fails. Who else we got? Hex McKenzie. What's up, Hex McKenzie? And Hex Bullrun and Paul Patine. Good to see everyone. Good to see you. W. Wallace, yo from Brooklyn. Hey, just a few hours south of where I'm located, my friend. Yo from upstate. Redfish 1974. Hello. I'm coming in from Twitch. I like that. Yes, thank you, Ninja Chopstick.
Nice.
You bring up a very good point, sir. And that is tickle that like button, baby. And then subscribe. Look, DS has got like 9,500 subscribers. We're inching up toward the 10K.
Oh, wow. Holy shit.
Yo, when we started streaming 40 episodes ago, that was like, I think there was like 6,000 subscribers we had or something, like, or 5,000.
Yeah.
I swear.
Like 4 or
it's
5.
Yeah. So, I mean,
like
look
that.
at all the subscribers that we have brought. I mean, it's crazy.
Awesome, man. That is so awesome.
It's pretty cool though, right? So
yeah,
creeping up to that 10K. So if you're not subscribed to DS Discourse Syndicate, go subscribe. It's a good channel. A lot of good crypto content, a lot of good hex content, and even some other stuff that I've seen popping up lately. Some mental health stuff that I think they're streaming tonight at like 9 at our usual time. I had to bump up our time. Actually, I just got rid of Mondays. This is just a holiday stream. Happy President's Day or whatever it is. Because yeah, I'm just off. But Mondays is usually typically have not been working. So this is just a kind of once, one off type of thing. But yeah, so we're gonna mostly be, we're gonna try to do Saturdays and maybe the occasional Wednesday.
Are you guys excited for the Peter Schiff versus Richard Hart?
Absolutely. Yes, that is exciting. And let me actually,
yeah, I'm pumped to see that.
Let me get this out of here. Let me find did everybody go and register for that, for the Richard Hart and Peter Schiff debate? Because that's going to be good. Let me see.
You have to register. Okay.
You do. As far as I know, if you want to watch it live, you got to register. That's what I'm going to bring up. I'm going to bring up the registration thing if I can find it. I mean, at least should be able to find it in my email, because I did register. So let me just say.
Yeah, it's happening in a day, in 20 hours. So
yeah, it's happening. Right. It's like really soon. So let me just, I think it's like,
I'm sure it'll be posted later on, but to watch it live, right?
Yeah. So I was wondering if it's going to be like on Richard's channel, like, or not, like if he's just going to, let's see. Hold on one second. I'm just trying to find this. Greg Owen. Yeah, I don't know who this guy is, but. All right, hold on one second. I'm just going to bring this over.
Peter is so smart. He is going to destroy Richard. I mean,
yeah,
Richard Hart's pretty smart too.
No, I don't think you really think. Relax, RSRS. You think Peter is going to destroy Richard? That's not the way I envisioned this going down. Listen, I think they're going to have a good discussion. But I mean, Peter Schiff has just got like a blinder. He's got like a blind eye to crypto. Like he just can't see it. He can't accept it. Like he's very stubborn, and he's not gonna see it. He's just not gonna like accept it.
Stuck in those gold bug ways, yo.
It's so anyway, here, let me show you. So this is it right here, right? Craig Owen, I believe, is the moderator. You guys can see this, right? And then you got Peter Schiff and Richard Hart. So New York time, which is what we'll talk about, since that's where, we're in New York time right now. So that is Wednesday, February 23rd, which is in 2 days, basically. So in 2 days, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, day after tomorrow is when we're going to have the Peter Schiff and Richard Hart cryptocurrency showdown. See, now if it's a cryptocurrency showdown, I don't see Peter Schiff doing too well. If that's going to be, if this is any indication of what the material that they're going to cover, if it's a crypto showdown, Peter Schiff is done. I mean, he can't, he doesn't, I don't even think he can explain anything about crypto. I don't even know if he understands it, but I found it pretty funny that he did actually call out Hex like by name the other day on Twitter. Because I just
I
follow
seen
him.
that too.
Yeah, I follow Peter Schiff just for fun because he just I mean, he's just like the embodiment of like a dinosaur, just, like still talking about gold. I mean, gold is okay, but it's not, you're not going to get like basically any kind of returns from gold at all. You're just going to hold your money, it's going to do nothing. It's going to get killed by inflation. Like pretty much it's about all there is.
What did Richard say? He said like, in the last 40 years, you only got a 2x out of that.
Right. Well, yeah, Wally, you're absolutely right, Wally. This is what Wally says. People think Peter is some loser. He's not. It's true. Wally, you're 100% right. And I listened to a podcast a long time ago with Peter Schiff. Was on Joe Rogan, right? And he is, he's stuck and stubborn and outdated about his gold ideas, but for a long time, gold was a good way, a good hedge against inflation. It was a good way to invest. Doesn't seem like it now looking at a long-term chart, but we didn't have options like crypto, 10, 15, 20 years ago. You had to find other things. And there were times where if you bought gold, it was very profitable. If you bought right before like the 2009, 2010, right after the financial freaking recession, that gold and like precious metals like skyrocketed right at that point. Like silver jumped up to like $50 an ounce, which is crazy. So you think Schiff holds cryptos, Spike? Yeah, he probably does. He probably just plays this character online, or something. But no, Wally's completely right. Peter is actually a really smart guy, which is why I'm very much looking forward to this debate. I think it's going to be a good conversation, and I hope it gets a little bit heated. That would be awesome. Right, baseline.
Get some more eyes on it.
By the bottom of anything, baseline, you make money. Exactly, man. It's but it's going to be a good debate, I think. So, but yeah, this was my email confirmation when I registered for it. So. Just go. I mean, if you don't want to put your email, out there, I really don't give a shit. But I've done plenty of worse things with my email, I'm sure. But if you want, you get a throwaway email and you can register for the thing. They literally just ask a name, which you could put in, Hidden Ice Cream as your name or whatever you want, and then you can just put an email in so you can get the link emailed to you at the time of the event. So yeah, you register and then they email you, and I guess you get a link and then you can log in and watch it. Kind of weird. I don't know why they're doing it that way, but there must be some reason, some marketing, advertising reason that they're doing it. All right, let me get this out of here. All right, so that's that. Let's see if I can get back to where we want to be. All right. So yeah, Hex Day 8/13, people. And we are at 16 cents, 0.162 roughly in US dollars. And the T-share being at 33.97, under $3,500 T-share. Now's the time. If you want to make some quick gains, now's the time to buy Hex. I tell you, there's a pretty good chance after the sacrifice phase ends that we're going to see some price action. So if ever there was an opportunity, man, like 16-cent Hex sitting there staring you in the face, like right before sacrifice phase is about to end. I mean, if history, proves anything or shows us anything, if it repeats or rhymes at all, then there's going to be some movement when it ends. So T-shares, I don't know. I'm not sure if it will, but I mean, the sacrifice itself is not going to have any effect on it. I know that much. But um, like I was saying, at the end of the actual phase, when it's completely over, I'd say we're going to see some action. I hope it's action to
I
the
agree.
upside.
There's been a lot going on too, so we'll see.
Yeah. So kind of sucks that what's his name? JJ Yelly or didn't make it into the what's it called? The Daytona, right? Oh,
Oh
Richard's
yeah.
having a Twitter space right now. Of course he is. That's all right. That's all right. We can coexist. It's okay. There can be more than one channel for Hex. Joker said OA sacked 13 billion today. 13 billion? Well, it sacked 14 billion to Pulse Chain, didn't it? I'm pretty
What's
sure
that?
I'm pretty sure that the OA sacrificed 14 billion, didn't it, to Pulse Chain?
Oh, for sure.
I'm
I'm
pretty
pretty
sure that's what
sure.
it
Yeah.
was. I'm pretty sure it
Yeah.
was 14 billion.
I mean, if you look at that the pie chart, it was like a sliver back at the
Yeah.
beginning. Now it's like almost
Oh
half
yeah.
the pie
Yeah,
or
that's
more.
right. It's crazy. That's
So
absolutely insane. So, I mean, it's crazy. It really is. Blows my mind. So yeah, that's our T shares. Let's check out Hex Daily Stats and take a look at our T share rate right now, 20,953 Hex, running away from that 20,000 mark. Payouts sitting at 5.9 right now, just under 6. I was surprised to see that today. That was only 5.9. I was surprised because like
it was
yesterday it was
over
like,
6 for a while. Yeah.
yeah, yesterday it was at like 6 point or 6.3, I think it was, or something like that. I think it was like 6.3. So let's see what Daily Stats says. They probably have it here. T-share payout per T-share. Yeah, see yesterday. There it is, 6.3. It was yesterday. Or 2 days ago, maybe it was. Because today,
Oh,
yeah,
oh yeah,
today's
yeah.
13th.
6.3.
Yep, 6.3. So that was a couple of days ago. Well, or it was actually yesterday, but yeah. So that's awesome. I mean, but still, I mean, we know it's sticking at this six hex per day. So I'll go over it real quick just in case we got anyone watching that doesn't really understand T shares, right? T shares are what you get when you stake your hex. So when you have hex, and if you're not staked in hex, then you know I can't really agree with anything you're doing in your life. What are you doing, man? No, seriously though, you got to stake that. So when you stake your hex, you get T shares, and the T shares are basically what tells the contract how much of hex's inflation you get on a daily basis, right? So hex inflates at 3.69% annually, and then that inflation is only paid to the stakers of hex, right? So the amount of hex that you stake and how long you stake determines how many T-shares you get. And that tells the contract if you have one T-share, when it clicked over a couple hours ago at 00 UTC, you had the contract kept track that you had one T-share or whatever, and that means that you got 6 hex out of the inflation for hex, the 3.69% annual inflation. So that's your piece of the pie, and you're going to get that for the duration of your stake. And when your stake ends, you're going to hit end stake. The contract is going to calculate all of your the yield that you received, and it's going to add it to your principal. It's going to deposit it back into your wallet in the form of hex tokens, and then you can do whatever you want with it. You can restake, you can sell the interest, you can sell it all, you can do whatever you want with it. So it's really awesome, though. It's a great system, and it's probably the best way that I've found to save money and to get some yield on what you're saving. It's awesome.
Hell yeah.
So
Those
that's
15-year stakes, man.
yeah, man. 15 years you can stake anywhere from 1 day to 5,555 days. We call that the Quattro Cinco.
If you want to get paid for 15 years,
Yep,
do it up.
exactly. All right, so let's check out Vision. So right now we have 9.677% of HEX locked up. And we have for addresses. Oh yeah, that's right. It doesn't show the current addresses anymore or whatever. All right, we'll get that from Etherscan. So yesterday it was what, 424, 657. Today it's 424, 831. So just a little under 200 new addresses for HEX. That's pretty good. If you
Pretty
don't
good,
follow,
yeah. Average.
if you don't follow the whale bot, follow the whale bot, because the whale bot on Twitter gives you some good information. In addition to like the big purchases, the big whale buys and sells and stuff, he'll put out some stats every now and then. And he put out one the other day about the growth of stakers and like daily users or something like that, and it's pretty cool. Pretty good growth that we've had over the last year.
It's only going to keep growing.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's look at Etherscan. We got... So Etherscan's showing us at 282,833 holders of HEX right now. And we'll take a look at those holders. And today, something interesting happened, right? I think it was today, like very early in the morning. Oh, look, Pulse X Sacrifice is now the top holder of HEX.
Oh, shit.
Interesting. Where'd Pulse Chain Sacrifice go? It's just gone? It's just no longer there? Just because they sent all that HEX into the Pulse X Sacrifice. So that was what I wanted to show, though, which was pretty cool, was that earlier today, or yesterday by UTC standards, the Pulse Chain Sacrifice address sacrificed, I think it was $18 billion, right, worth of HEX, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
$18 billion worth of HEX.
Like near the end of it.
Yeah, so
near the end of the event.
Let's see if we can find it. Well, I know people were talking about it earlier today, and I don't know if I'll be able to find it like this. Let's see. This was really crazy, though, because it's funny when you think about it, right? It's that you Pulse Chain Sacrifice, you had the OA throw like $14 billion worth of HEX in at the last minute, right? And then today you had $18 billion worth of HEX sent from that address now. So it's the OA just like to put their HEX in the Pulse Chain Sacrifice wallet. And then the Pulse Chain Sacrifice wallet took that HEX and put it in the Pulse X Sacrifice wallet.
Yo.
And you got credit. You got credit for that HEX in both spots. Like, so that, like, it's like they use the same exact pool of HEX to sacrifice for Pulse Chain and then sacrifice for Pulse X. And it's like, man, it must be good to be the OA.
Oh my god.
It's good
Never
to be
work
the OA,
again, my yo. For multiple lives.
It's good to be the OA, man. But now is the OA sacrificing even more. Like, it's just crazy, man. It's got 50 billion. Like, let's see how much is in that thing now. It's just like stupid amounts of friggin' money. Like, to just be able to play with this amount of money is just like absurd to me. Look at this. It's legit $50 billion worth of freaking tokens, man. Oh my God. It's like $50 billion in HEX specifically.
50 billion? Oh my God, dude.
Dude, it's $50,673 million worth of HEX.
I think I saw a tweet from Whales Only saying it's like 48% of this HEX supply.
What is going on? That is crazy.
That's a lot.
That's insanity, man. And look, everything's
gonna take over, yo.
Everything else is just stables, and it drops down to Oh, that looks like such a small number right there in die. 207, a measly 276 million.
Yo, that's a lot of hex, man.
Yeah, just a measly $276 million in die stable coin sitting there, just a tiny little bit, compared to this 50 billion in hex. Dude, what is that? What the fuck? That is crazy. That is insane, man. I can't even do it. It's just crazy. Look at that, man.
March is
Look at
gonna be
that
pretty
amount.
crazy. Yeah.
Dude, that's insane. He just needs to take all this die and turn it right into hex too. Just take that whole 276 mil in die and just make one big market buy.
Oh God. Just add to it.
Could you even do a market buy for like that? I'm like curious. I want to see if we can do it. Let's see.
For die or hex?
For hex. I want to see like what. Let's see what happens. Okay, great. So let's see. Let's see if we get USDC. Let's see, 246. Let's see what kind of.
It's gonna have to pull from like different pools.
Yeah, no, it's obviously
For
not.
sure.
There's not that much available. I'm just kidding. I just wanted to see what happened. Look, you're losing 92.5%. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad slippage. So you could buy technically. I thought I told you the price, what it did to the price. I forget. I thought it did that somewhere in Uniswap, but maybe not. Let's see though. Let's do an actual like real number. Let's do like if someone wanted to do like a $10 million market buy. 9% slippage. That's pretty bad. It's pretty terrible for a $10 million buy.
Those are whale problems, yo.
Yeah. Right. Come on, man. That's crazy. So you would buy $10 million worth of hex and you'd only get $9 million worth of hex. That's terrible. That's a terrible amount of slippage. I mean, that's just ridiculously awful.
You
it's
actually
really
like
bad.
lose money in the process.
Yeah. Like let's see what happens if you buy $5 million worth of hex.
Just keep testing it till it's not as bad.
All right, so that's about 5% slippage. So you get for 5 million, you get 4.7 million. That's not so bad, I suppose. That's not so terrible.
You don't lose a whole million.
I mean, it's still $250,000 worth of hex you're losing.
Yeah.
But you could do, you could do
wild,
a 5
man.
million. I mean, much better to do a $5 million buy than a $10 million buy. Just do two $5 million buys. You hear that?
That's a lot of crypto to buy. 5 million.
It's insanity, man. So, all right, that's our moon math portion of the show. Whoops. Clicking on all kinds of crap. All right, so hold on a second. All right. Sorry, guys. So, all right. So that's where we're at for Etherscan. Let's see what we got. You want to do the staker leagues, Mr. Sid?
Oh yeah, sure. So we got 33 new silent shells, 77 shy shrimps, 63 new cool crabs, 11 new turtles. We lost 3 squids, and we got 2 new dolphins.
Lost 3 squids, 2 new dolphins. Wow. I wonder if somebody what what are you talking about, Hex Hoddle? I I was yelling at my kids. What are you what? You know, yell at your kids? What are you, crazy? All right. So that's awesome. The global stats, we have 79.7 thousand stakers. We almost hit 80K. We almost hit 80,000 stakers, which is awesome.
Oh
Currently
yeah.
$10 billion exactly staked in X for an average duration of 6.27 years. Man, when Godwell the other day staked that giant stake for 5555, you saw that, right? That was
Yep.
awesome.
Yep.
That was so great. That was so
Hell
great.
yeah.
So Godwell staked like I forget, it was like some stupid amount of hex for 15 years, right?
I saw it pushed to my rank down though. I was like, what the fuck?
Right. Yeah, no, totally. It did. Yeah. So that like made the global average jump up by like a few like a few months or something. Like, like I think it went from like 6.1 years to like 6.25 years or something right after Godwill did that, which is
Fuck, how many
amazing.
T-shares did that buy him? It was like
It's like 100,000, some 6 figures of T-shares, bro. Like
holy fuck.
6 figures of T-shares. 6 figures
Jeez,
of
yeah.
T-shares. I want 6 figures of T-shares, man. Come on. I'm
This
lucky I
shit's
even
wild.
got. Man.
He bought a lot of T-shares, so that pushed everyone else down.
Yeah.
I mean, in the ranks anyway.
Oh my God, it's just ridiculous. Chris Side Effect says Richard is on Orca's Twitter space. Yeah, he likes to hang out on Orca's Twitter spaces. Orca's good at those Twitter spaces for sure. He's very
Yeah, I
good at
tune
them.
into them
Yeah,
every so often when they're streaming.
yeah. I see the advertisements for Pulse Chain on Etherscan, on Nomics, like all over the place.
Yeah,
All
I've seen
over the
some Pulse
place.
X ones too.
Yep, yeah, definitely. Hex Hodl, yeah, it really is though. It's like
100K a day.
it's like 100,000 a day, just that stake. And just keep in mind, Godwill has lots of other stakes that are also paying ridiculous amounts of yield. Like,
Yeah, I'm sure he's got a fucking like a monthly ladder or something.
I
Or
mean, this dude, he gets like the amount of money he gets daily from his T-shirts is just the stupidest shit of all time. I mean, I can't even fathom it. It's just insane.
uh,
B52 lives. How many more sacrifices do you think Richard will have before it gets launched? I don't.
doesn't he have the incentive token that they
Yeah, but
keeps
I don't think
talking?
there's going to be There's not going
I
to be a
hope there's not.
sacrifice
Yo.
for that. That would be absurd. I think at that
Yeah.
point people will just start revolting.
Yeah, enough sacrifice phases, yo. We're gonna be broke before this happens,
He
yo.
does that. They're gonna everybody's gonna sacrifice Richard. That's what's gonna happen if he does that.
All right, it's time for you to go, Rich.
Yeah.
I'm just playing.
The devs can do it. Go on without
Yeah.
you now. We got it. We got it from here. We're
Oh
done with
shit.
this shit. Oh man. But no, I think I personally think it's going to launch like very soon after this sacrifice phase is over. So I think we're closer than anybody realizes. That's what I
Yeah.
think. I think it's really
For
going to
anything, it
start
could be
happening.
ready, and he's just waiting for a particular day, or maybe I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, they'll start calling us Cardano at that point, right? I know.
I've heard things he's like wanting to do it in a bear market, or maybe like
Well, it
wait for
kind of
Bitcoin
is.
to take a dip.
Everything is sucking right now, so that wouldn't be so
Yeah.
far off,
Yeah.
I
Very
mean,
true.
yes, Tiger. That is an obscene number of T-shirts. It truly is.
Almost 150,000.
Yeah, Mel Tony breaking it down for us as always. 149,190 T-shares. So I mean, if we just multiply that, 149, 190. Don't forget the 0.5 times. We'll just do times 6. I mean, that's 895,000 over 895,000 hex per day at the current rate. At the current rate. So, I mean, and then if you want to get the dollar value, that's that times 0.16.
I mean, he does have to hold on to it for 15 years, though. So
that's currently $143,000 at current price. So that's just making a cool 150K a day doing nothing.
Oh man.
I can't even just like, I can't just imagine that kind of money, like just to have money like that. It's just, it's crazy. It's just a different way to live.
Hell yeah.
Holy Jesus, man. So yeah, that's that. What do we got? So I'll do the I got the thing here. I gotta find this. Hold on. Let me get this out of here. Melv Tony with the numbers. Always good. Always good with those numbers, Melv Tony. Oh, look at gas. Wow. It's at 58. That's not so bad. Drop down again. Yeah, Hex Boy Crypto, and that's only at today's price. Right. We're only at 16 cents. Guess when it's back at 30 cents, that's friggin' double. That's 300K. Man's making 300K a day. I mean, dude, come on now.
Let's go for those all-time highs, yo.
Oh man, we need a new all-time high. It's about time. I think this is the longest time we've gone with between all-time highs, I think, for a while. B52 lives am I going to sacrifice for liquid loans? No, I'm not personally. I'm all tapped out. I'm not sacrificing for anything.
Yeah, same.
If any other sacrifices pop up, I'm not gonna be taking part personally. That's it for me. I'm done. I'm all sacrificed out.
Yep, I'm on the same. I agree with that.
Yeah, that's it for me for the sacrificing. I am trying to figure out how to mint some NFTs for a cheap, for like very little money on XRP Ledger. I guess there's ways to do that now. So I want to try to mint some special NFTs, and maybe I'll talk about that soon. But I'll definitely do it on Pulse Chain too. But I want to get into that because that seems to be like a money pot right now. Just do, you know what I mean? Like making freaking NFTs and.
Yeah, did you hear about the OpenSea thing?
Well, they got hacked again or something?
Or I don't know. I think they had an exploit or something with some of the emails. Or
Yeah,
I don't know.
That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me.
And there was a lot of money lost there, but I didn't pay too much attention to it. But I saw it and I was like, "Whoa, more shit."
That sucks. And OpenSea just bought what was that one place that people were buying Hex for a little while? What was that one app that you could? It was like Dharma. Remember Dharma? Dharma just got bought out by OpenSea.
Oh, really?
Yep, they bought. I don't know what about Dharma they wanted, but they wanted their something. So Dharma had been sending out emails to its users for like about the last couple months, I think it was. Just warning people, if you got any funds on Dharma, get them off because we are being purchased and acquired by OpenSea. So yeah, they bought Dharma and whatever Dharma's software or whatever they had to offer. So Dharma is no more. That is a
wasn't Dharma like pretty new? Like I didn't
it was very new.
Know much about it.
No, super new. I used it like once or twice to try it because it was an actual direct fiat on ramp to Hex. You could actually buy Hex with just like with your debit card right there on their application, which was good for me because New York, we're limited and I could actually use it in New York. So, but I didn't you had to keep it on there for like 7 days, and I had trouble getting the Hex off of there.
Oh, that's a pain. 7 days, damn.
Yeah. I don't like it. So
in this day and age, you don't want to be waiting a week.
No,
for your money.
I mean that's right. That's the same kind of shit like when I'm using like a traditional banking system. Like, I gotta wait 7 days for my shit to clear or whatever. Come on, man. I don't want to deal with that crap.
It shouldn't be like that anymore.
Yeah. I mean, that's like, that shouldn't be, no, it shouldn't be a problem. So yeah, that kind of turned me off of Dharma anyway. I didn't really like it. Didn't really use it. Just tried it once or twice or something.
Yeah, just test it out.
Just to test it out, and they didn't really last very long, or I guess they lasted and then got eaten up or whatever. So, but yeah, let me get this
I
other
mean,
thing up.
OpenSea is a lot bigger
Yeah,
because of the
yeah,
NFT market, right?
right. They are pretty big. I don't know what interest they had in Dharma. I don't know. I guess maybe it was the relationships like that they had with, the ability to direct fiat on ramp in like every state. Maybe they bought that from them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So that they could like use the Dharma system to let people buy NFTs. The same way that people were buying crypto with Dharma. That's what I would
Yeah.
guess they would want it for. Wonder how much they paid Dharma, the creators of it to buy it from them.
Who knows? Maybe they paid in crypto.
Yeah, right. Probably did. All right. All right. So if you wanted to get a T-share, right, and you didn't have 20,900 hex to get yourself a T-share, right? See, that's right here. It's share price 20,952 hex, right? So if you wanted to, you could stake a much smaller amount of hex, but just stake it out for the as basically the minimum amount of time you can to get the maximum longer pays better bonus, right? And the day for that is 3641, just under 10 years. So if you stake for 3,641 days, you get the maximum longer pays better bonus. So that's the minimum amount of time you can stake to get the maximum bonus, right? You would stake 6,985 hex. That would get you exactly one T-share right now. So this is the cheapest way for you to get one T-share right now, is with just under 7,000 hex staked out for just about 10 years, and that'll get you one T-share. Now, don't forget, you're getting, for that one T-share, you're getting that 6 hex per day, and then whatever it becomes in the future, every single day for the duration of the entire 10 years that you have that stake. So it does pay to stake that out for the entire 5555, get 15 years of that share rate that you just paid, right? Because if you tried to come back in 10 years and get a T-share, then I can guarantee you're going to pay a lot more for it in 10 years. So that's the
Might not be able to
benefit.
buy a T-share by then
Right.
either.
You might literally not even be able to acquire a T-share at that point. They might be completely, extinct at that point in time. So
B shares or M shares, whatever. Maybe
yeah.
that's what they'll call it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna definitely, like, B shares are become like Hedron. They're talking about they're using B shares as the denomination that they're describing everything with in terms of their contract. So it's all about how many B shares you have, and like where you are in your stakes, for minting Hedron. I'm gonna definitely check out Hedron. I think Hedron is pretty interesting. Anything that's gonna give me free stuff for my hex stakes, I'm gonna check it out.
Aren't they doing that free airdrop for stakers or hex stakers?
I don't know. It's not really an airdrop. I mean, I guess you could call it an airdrop, but it's basically
Yeah, I don't
it's
know
gonna
much
be.
about it, so
So the way it works is it's going to be based on your stakes and the amount of days you have served. So for
okay.
existing stakers, it's going to be based on the amount of B shares you have. That's why I mentioned that, like, that they're using B shares as like their unit of measure, for B share, for shares of hex in their system. So depending on the amount of B shares you have, you can go and you can mint some Hedron for free, based on how many days of your stake you've served already. So I guess the more days you've served, the more Hedron you will have available to mint. Then I think you can use that Hedron to buy other people's stakes, like if they're trying to sell the tokenized NFT stakes that people make within Hedron. So
Okay.
some people will, they create these HSI, they call it a hex stake instance. I was just reading about this earlier today. So you can create a stake within the Hedron DApp, right? And then basically, I think you can borrow Hedron and mint and borrow Hedron based on like what you staked inside of the Hedron DApp.
Okay.
And then, of course, if you early end that stake or emergency end that stake, then I believe I don't know what happens at that point, but there's some kind of consequence, with since you borrowed something of value, based on that. So,
Right. Yeah.
but it's definitely interesting. And the part I'm interested in most is the being able to possibly buy liquidated T-shares with my free Hedron that I minted just for having hex stakes. You know,
Okay.
that I'm interested once I started thinking about it, I said, okay, so I'm going to be able to mint a bunch of free Hedron, right? Because I mean, based on the amount of T-shares that someone like you or me has, like for the amount of time we've been in Hex, we're going to probably get quite a bit of Hedron to mint, for free. Then we can use that Hedron to buy the tokenized stakes that if people want to sell them. So that's pretty awesome way to get T-shares
By
basically for
liquidated
free.
stakes, you mean by like emergency end stake text? Is that what you mean?
People that basically, yeah, they wanted to sell because you can make a stake within Hedron and create an NFT like out of it. Then you can
Oh,
trade it on
okay.
the market. So you can trade it on the market as an NFT, but based on the
Okay.
value, of it as it's, however many T shares it is or whatever. So yeah, I
Hmm.
think there's going to be a market, like an NFT market for like tokenized T-shares, pretty much. And I'm definitely interested in trying to get some of those. That might be a good way to really, uh, stack some T-shares
Yeah.
for a lot cheaper. It's basically like T-shares on clearance. You know what I
That
mean?
yeah, that's a good way of putting it, actually, yeah.
I love it, man. I love it.
Cheap T-shares.
I'm cool with it.
Get them while you can.
Right. I'm totally okay with it, man. So yeah, like I'm gonna definitely be keeping my eye on that. I don't really care what people think about,
Yeah,
some people get mad about blah 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 other tokens. I mean, who fucking cares? Like there's gonna be other tokens. And if
exactly.
they're created like to reward the hex, users and people that have been in hex and if it's designed to reward those people and the hexagons, like, then why not? Well, I mean, it sounds great to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
There's
anything
always
that's,
gonna be new things coming, so why try
yeah,
to stop it, right?
yeah, exactly. And some of them might be good. I mean, listen, from what I've read about it, it's an immutable smart contract. There's no admin keys. I mean, it's got all the signs and symptoms of a decent project. So I
Yeah.
guess actually you could call this one a product as well because it's a finished product. It's immutable code. So I mean, hey, maybe it's going to be a valuable addition to the ecosystem. Maybe it'll become a nice little kind of side market in the Hex ecosystem. You know,
Yeah, man.
so I'll definitely have my eye on it. But
Only time will tell, man. We'll see how things play out.
yeah, yeah, and everybody's all excited about liquid loans. I'm gonna wait and see with liquid loans. I don't know. It already exists in as liquidity on Ethereum, and I know Ethereum gas fees have probably made it obsolete. And this is going to be one of those opportunities where Richard has talked about where something was priced out on Ethereum, but it can still thrive on Pulse Chain, because the fees being chopped, and basically eliminated will enable you to use things like liquid loans, aka liquidity. Liquidity is basically, I guess liquidity will exist on both too. I don't know, because it's gonna be forked.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah. Anyway, so I was wondering, like, so liquidity's been around for a while, but why isn't it like popular? And I'm thinking they probably just didn't do a very good job marketing it. That would be my guess, because I
Yeah.
never heard of liquidity until liquid loans came out. And then I looked and found out that it was a fork of liquidity. So it's code and it's a contract, a smart contract that already existed, but they're just they kind of revamped it and marketed the shit out of it. And they've done a really good job. Liquid Loans has gotten their name out there, and they've gotten the information out there. And I mean, it's, I think they've done a pretty good job of marketing. So, I think that must have been missing for Liquidity, because I never heard of it, and maybe it never caught on. It was just kind of sitting there not being used, and the Liquid Loans guys took it and polished it up a little bit. Put some shiny new bells and whistles on it, and now it's coming out on Pulse Chain, and hopefully it'll add some value to the system again. So those are the two projects that most everybody in the Hex world is looking at, from what I can see right now. Obviously, we're waiting for our Pulse X and Pulse Chain and PHEX and all that stuff to finally be released, and then we can play around with that and watch the price discovery of all new tokens. I can't wait. I can't wait for that. It's gonna be so awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting once all that stuff's released.
Super exciting.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, Tigre, the gold spot chart is trash, man. It really it's total garbage.
1,200 to 1,900 in the past 5 years. Get the fuck out with that shiny trash.
Yeah. It doesn't even keep up with inflation, man. And if it doesn't keep up with inflation, then what are you even doing? You're not even doing anything. You're not. You might as well not even be investing. I mean, it's stupid. So, all
2x
right.
in the last 40 years.
Got to do better than that these days, man. You got to do better than that.
For sure, yeah.
If you're not in crypto and you're not getting, at least a freaking 10 to 15x on your investments in crypto, then you are in the wrong tokens. You are in the wrong coins. You're in the wrong investments. You're on the wrong blockchains. You're following the wrong people. You're just doing it wrong, man. You got to start paying attention to Hex and what Richard Hart's doing, Pulse Chain, and then you're gonna see what real gains are all about. All right, so I'm out of here. Thank you guys for being here with us tonight. I will hopefully see you guys on Saturday. If not, I don't think Wednesday is probably going to happen this week based on my work schedule, but Saturday we will see you. And yeah, guys, have a great night. Look out for that chart. Check out that Hex chart after Pulse X sacrifice ends, because mark my words, you're going to see some activity on that chart. All right, take it easy, guys.
Guys.
Good night.